Welcome back to Nail Polish Battles. Tonight, we have a very special guest for you, one that is new on the scene, to me anyways, but we will see how she compares to the one and the only defending champion of this realm. In the right corner, we have Unt, nail lacquer peel-off base coat. She is a long-time defending champion, something that Simply Nailogical absolutely stands behind. But will she hold her own to our competitor tonight? Tonight's competitor is Fingerpaints Peel Off Base Coat for Glitter. Will she be able to peel off all the tricks that Unt seems to be able to peel off these days? We'll just have to see. Let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you couldn't tell from that very intense, dramatic opening scene, we are going to be doing Battle of the Peel Off Base Coats, and I'm super excited to do this. I just saw this at Sally's the other day, and it is the Peel Off Base Coat for Glitter, and it is by Fingerpaints. It is something that I have never seen there before, and I actually left it there, and then I went back and picked it up today because I wanted to do this demo for you guys and see if this actually works, because I know Fingerpaints is easier to get than Unt, and it's a little bit cheaper as well. But we'll break all of that down here in just a minute. But first, let's get started by applying it. So what we are going to do tonight is we are going to apply the Fingerpaints on the pinky and the Fingerpaints on the middle finger, and then the Unt on the ring and the pointer. So first I'm going to start off by applying it to the pinky. We want this to dry before we lay down our glitter polish. I feel like all peel off base coats do really well with just regular nail polish. So I really want to see how these two match up against each other peeling off a glitter. And I wish I had time to do a wear test for you guys. Unt doesn't really wear that well for me. It ends up like I'll finish my manicure, stand up and leave, and I'll have one missing by the time I get to my kitchen or whatever the case may be. So while those dry, I'm also going to apply, and we will check drying time as well. This one still seems really wet. This one seems a little bit more on the drier side, so we will see which one dries first. I'm also going to apply it to the pointer. This is Unt being applied to the pointer finger right now, just because we are also going to do the stamping trick that I figured out with Unt, and we're going to see if Fingerpaints can do the exact same thing. So for those of you who are new, I do have a Unt more than just a peel off base coat video that has gotten quite a few views. But what I did is I laid it down for when I swatch stamping. So I put this down, and then I'm able to put my stamping on top of it, and I can actually take acetone to it and remove it, and it doesn't touch my base color. So I'm interested to see if the Fingerpaints one will do that as well, which Fingerpaints, again, is on my middle and my pinky, and then Unt is on my ring and pointer. Alright, so those are still having a chance to dry right now. I'm going to touch them and see. This one is still very wet, and this one is kind of wet. This one might be drying faster. Unt might win in the faster drying category, but I don't know. We'll have to give it a few more minutes and see. It still was a little bit not quite ready for me to play with, so I'm not going to give it the benefit of the doubt quite yet. This one is just a little bit tacky, so it's not quite there yet for me. So while those are drying, I'm going to show you guys, we are going to be using the Fingerpaints Glisten Here glitter for these two fingers tonight. And okay, Unt is completely dry. I could apply the glitter to that and be completely fine. This one is still a little bit tacky around the edges. So far, Unt wins the faster drying category, if that helps any of you. I'm gonna apply the glitter polish onto my ring finger because it is dry and ready for that right now. And I'm just gonna paint it on instead of sponging it or something. I don't want it to mess up our results here. Brush in this bottle is broken. Can you guys see how like janky that is? It's like coming out the side there. I don't even know how that happened. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply that, and then I'm just gonna leave it for a little bit, and I'll go back for a second coat. After painting that on, I am going to test this one now. This one is completely dry and ready to go. And, you know, they both dried extremely shiny. So they're equal in that category. If you're looking for a shinier base coat, peel off base coat, I don't know why you would be. I don't know if you'd rather have matte. I don't know. But they both dry very shiny. Okay. So we are gonna let those dry, and then we will come back for a second coat. All right, we are ready for the second coat on this one. And I think 2 coats and we'll be good. It looks pretty opaque to me in 2 coats. There is no nail coming through on that. 2 coats on the finger paints. And sorry you guys if this isn't like the most perfect application. We really are just doing it to test out the base coats more than anything else. All right, while those get a chance to dry, I am going to do some stamping on these 2 fingers. And the plate I'm using for tonight's stamping is the Lena Mad for Mandalas 01 plate. Okay, so I put liquid latex around my fingers, and when I let that finish drying, we are going to top coat our glitter fingers over here, because if you are gonna wear this as a regular nail polish, you are gonna wear a top coat. And the top coat I am using is Out the Door. So it's a fast drying top coat. And it's my first time trying this out. I'm gonna stamp this design right here on both of these fingers, and we will see. And the stamping polish I'm using is El Dorado by Bundle Monster. It's just like a pastel-y electric purple color. And it would be helpful if I had my stamper ready so it doesn't dry. Okay. And again, the stamping isn't going to be perfect, guys. Okay, but you guys, these colors together, aren't they just magical? I will be doing a manicure in this for sure. So if you see that in an upcoming video, you know where that came from. And in case you're curious, this base coat is Boho Blues by China Glaze. So those are done. I'm going to remove this latex. And I usually do cleanup on or around my cuticles before removing latex. But I ain't gonna do that because it's a test out video, not a actually wear this manicure and make it perfect video. Alrighty, so that is what we are left with. Again, finger paints is on the pinky in the middle, and Oont is on the ring and the pointer. Let's put a top coat over these 2. This will also give us a chance to see if the Out the Door top coat smears stamping at all. Ooh, does it make that brighter? Do you guys see that? Is that like just tripping me out, or is that tripping anybody else out? Is it eating the stamping polish? Like, look at the difference there. Is it just, okay. So the middle finger we are going to be putting on our Shesh Vite top coat to see if that happens. Maybe it's just the polish. You guys, that was nuts. That like intensified the color by like bajillion, like immediately. Okay. So Out the Door top coat does something trippy to your stamping polish. At least the Bundle Monster stamping polish. Do you guys see the difference there? Oh my goodness. Which I guess is like a good thing if you were stamping it over black and it was super, like guys, I can't even get over like how that even happened. I mean, at first I was like, it kind of looks good, but it doesn't look good at all. I mean, do you guys see that? I mean, look at the difference. That is so bad. You guys, I might be taking these back tomorrow. So I bought 2 of them. I know, kind of a dumb move. I bought 2 of them because I thought that it would be fine and it would be good and I'd be okay. No, that is not okay. Like, in any way, shape, or form. Okay, guys, we're gonna give this a few more minutes to dry and then we will be back. Okay, you guys, so I'm still dealing with this whole thing from the top coat, but let's try peeling up this. This one is the Oont Peel Off Base Coat. Again, we know that this performs pretty well under pressure. You shouldn't have any problems, and we're not, and ta-da! Oont did it! Yay! Sorry, I just feel like there's little trolls in my head or something saying that as that happened. So, Oont can peel it off. Congratulations. We already knew that about you. But let's try the Fingerpaints. Ooh. Ooh. It is coming off. So it came off. The tip is a little bit iffy here. I'm just trying to finish it up here. But then the underneath of it isn't quite as clean either. And I kind of wonder if that is partially my fault. Maybe it hadn't dried all the way, but yo, it felt pretty dry. But maybe like after layering on all those other layers, it wasn't dry on the way. I don't know, but it looks pretty good. It's a little bit rough. This one's a little bit rough too. You can see actually the Oont, you see where my nail is a little bit shinier here. The Oont did not take off my base coat that I had laid down previously, whereas I'm pretty sure this Fingerpaints did. That's why none of it looks shiny. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's something to keep in mind. Okay, so for this next part, what I did with the Oont, which is on the front finger, is I discovered by mistake one night that if I lightly swipe away the top colors, Oont actually protects my base color for me to change it up a little bit. So that is completely dry, completely fine. There are no chips in it. I was very light-handed when I did this, you guys. I didn't go ham on it. So I'm gonna do the same thing for this one and see if that happens. Where it peeled up my base coat over here, I'm not as hopeful, but we will see. Oh, you guys, look, this one's doing weird things when I'm taking it off. It's doing like what this one did when I put the top coat on. Oh, I need a little bit more acetone. I'm thinking that's a no-go there. See that? It's just taking off the polish. I mean, I was very light again, but Oont saves it here. So I'm just gonna be rough and just take it off. Yeah, the only thing I have left to do for this peel off base coat is to give you a wear test on it, which I don't really know how I'm gonna do. So now I'm just taking off the rest of the excess around my fingernails from the peel off base coats. They did do a pretty dang good job, especially the Fingerpaints one. I was super surprised. I really did not think that it would perform well at all. So when it comes down to it, it really just depends on what you're going to be doing. This peel off base coat cost me about $5 I am a professional licensed cosmetologist, so I do get a bigger discount at Sally's. Keep that in mind, please. But this cost me about $5 at Sally's, and one bottle of Oont. I just pulled it up on Amazon right now. As of today, the middle of August in 2018, it costs $12.98 with free shipping. $12.98, and it looks like that's on sale. It looks like regularly it is $15.95. Or you can buy 2 of them for $24.95. So you guys, I mean, it's free shipping. Both of those ads that I see on Amazon are free shipping, but it might take quite a while to get to you. That being said, it really depends on what you're doing. I think this finger paint one works absolutely great. I think it's gonna do what you want it to do. The only thing that it doesn't do is switch swatching for you if you are swatching, but lots of people don't swatch. And let's be honest, you guys, by the time you are ready to do a new manicure, you're ready to do a new manicure. You're gonna give your manicure a whole overhaul. So really, if you're not into nails like I am and you don't need it for swatching, you don't really need Oont. And for me personally, Oont does not stick to my nails. I feel like a big point in case on that is where I peeled it off and it did not peel off my base coat underneath. That's a little sketchy to me, but I did buy this first because it was all that I could find that was out on the market. Fingerpaints, on the other hand, I haven't tested it. I don't know for sure whether or not this is true or not, but where it took off my base coat, I think it's gonna stick to my nails a little bit better and work a little bit better for me. Again, you can find this in the US at your local Sally's. For me, when it comes down to a peel off base coat, it comes down to the price. I would go for the Fingerpaints peel off base coat 9 times out of 10, and that 1 chance out of 10 that I wouldn't go for it would be when I was doing swatches and I was changing out my design over what I was stamping. And then I would reach for Oont just because I could do it quick. But on all, you guys, there is my full honest thoughts and review on these. I think personally for me, Fingerpaints is the winner. Oont has been knocked out of the ring and Fingerpaints takes the cake. Well done, Fingerpaints, for keeping up with the fads and listening to the nail influencers. We've been waiting and watching for this. I am shocked that I haven't seen more hype about it on their page. And you guys, head to your local Sally's, find it, pick it up. It's not up with their regular nail polish display. I will tell you guys that real quick. It is down where like their matte top coat, their fast drying top coat, things like that are. It's down on the bottom shelf, at least at my Sally's at what it was. So be sure to look for it. It has its own little display. This was the last one at my Sally's. So if you live close to me and you're local, I'm sorry, I have it at my house and I'm not giving it up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something. If this video was interesting, please give this video a thumbs up. And as always, guys, be polished, wear polished, and a little superstition never hurt. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.